I have spent 17 years serving my country as a soldier in the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force. I have served my country as a Minister of National Security. I have served my country as Commissioner of Police. Give me the opportunity to serve you, the residents of Aranguez St. Joseph, for the next 5 years. Let us make the constituency of Aranguez St. Joseph safe again. Vote for the NTA. Vote for the Lighthouse. Vote for Gary Griffith on 28th April.
We voting NTA. Listen, we living in fear. Criminals everywhere. Robbery, shooting, murder, spree, and criminals have no fear. When Gary was on top, watch all the crime rate drop.
In times of crisis, true leadership rises. And in the face of rising crime, low public trust, and institutional failure, one man stepped forward. Gary Griffith, a name now synonymous with accountability, courage, and results. As Commissioner of Police, Gary Griffith didn't just talk about reform, he delivered it. He established a real-time Commissioners Command Center, equipped 85 emergency response patrol vehicles with GPS and body counts, and deployed over 100 motorcycles across the country. From the creation of unique crime-fighting units like SORT, S-O-R-T, to the launch of the White-Collar Crime Unit, Whole Case, and Gender-Based Violence Units, Gary took crime head-on, from the streets to the boardrooms. Under his leadership, there was a 41% drop in kidnappings, a 70% reduction in kidnapping for ransom, and a 30% drop in serious crimes, the largest single-year crime reduction in over 50 years. He cleared backlogs that had crippled the service. Over 300 officers on suspension were processed, and hundreds more on indefinite sick leave returned to duty. He filled every single vacancy in the 1st Division for the first time in a decade. While others made excuses, Gary Griffith made things happen. Even with his budget slashed by over $200 million, he delivered more with less. He launched a school security unit, the Crossroads Project for at-risk youth, and he enhanced community policing. He introduced pepper spray and tasers, launched a police forensic lab, the Detective Development Program, and the Central Intelligence Bureau, building the infrastructure of a modern disciplined police service. And when COVID-19 struck, it was Gary who established a Special Operations Command Center to protect lives and preserve order. Gary Griffith's time as commissioner wasn't just about numbers, though. It was about restoring pride, building trust, and showing a nation what real leadership looks like. Now, he's ready to do it again, not just for the police, but for an entire country that's crying out for integrity, innovation, and action. Gary Griffith, proven, prepared, unafraid. The leader we need, the future we deserve.
Vote NTA for real transformation.
I am Shekinah Sergio, your National Transformation Alliance candidate for AREMA. Vote for me on April 28th. Put your X by the Lighthouse. Let's shine together.
Voting, voting, we voting NTA. Gary Griffith got the plan, the blue. So let us save our nation. No! NT, we voting NTA. Voting, voting, we voting NTA.
In Trinidad and Tobago today, too many live in fear. Too many women, too many children, too many elderly victims, silenced by shame, paralyzed by a system that too often fails them. But once there was hope. Under the leadership of Gary Griffith, when he was Minister of National Security, we saw the birth of the Child Protection Unit. As Commissioner of Police, we saw the Gender-Based Violence Unit, a first-of-its-kind initiative that brought compassion, confidentiality, and consequences to a space long ignored. This unit did not wait for survivors to come to the station. It went to them. It didn't re-traumatize by having them face untrained officers. It listened. It protected by ensuring confidentiality and providing sensitivity. Trained by international experts from the NYPD, the officers of this unit responded with skill and sensitivity, restoring trust, bringing justice, and changing lives. It put fear into perpetrators who knew that there would be swift consequences for their abusive actions. Reports increased, not because violence rose, but because survivors felt safe enough to speak. But today, that unit has been stripped back, trained officers reassigned. The TTPS app and online reporting are no longer options for victims, ensuring that the system is once again deaf to the cries of the vulnerable. The National Transformation Alliance says enough. We will restore and expand the Gender-Based Violence Unit with specially trained officers, qualified, equipped, and compassionate, with mobile response teams ready to protect, not just record, with upgraded digital tools for discreet reporting and follow-up, and with a national commitment to zero tolerance for abuse, no matter who the perpetrator is. This is not a side project. This is a core promise. Because justice isn't justice if it ignores the wounded. And safety isn't real if half our nation lives in fear. With the NTA, we will protect the most vulnerable, we will empower survivors, and we will never stay silent in the face of abuse. Vote NTA. Vote to protect. Vote to transform.
Vote NTA for real transformation.
I'm Nicolene Taylor Chinchami, your National Transformation Alliance candidate for Aruka Lupino. Vote for me on April 28th. Put your X by the lighthouse. Let's shine together.
NTA is the way. Gary Griffith got the plan. So let us save our nation.
The NTA's bold new approach to business taxation prioritizes entrepreneurs and fosters job creation. Early taxation stifles innovation, drains capital, and wastes time on complex compliance instead of building the business. Taxing before profit slows growth, limits hiring, and discourages risk-taking, hindering the potential of startups. The NTA solution proposes a 4-year plan focusing on product development, customer base building, expansion, and finally, fair taxation. This method will see a higher success rate for startups, which in turn has a positive impact on job creation, which ultimately benefits the entire economy. From tech start solutions to local designer boutiques and innovative manufacturing, the success of tax-free startups are limitless with the NTA's approach. Comparing the current system with the NTA's proposal reveals significant advantages in growth, job creation, and long-term revenue. Socially, it builds the entrepreneurial capital of our country, which has a knock-on effect on crime, as empowered people are less likely to be distracted by criminal activity. The NTA's integrated strategic approach permeates all that we do. This is why voting for the National Transformation Alliance supports pro-business policies, empowers startups, and strengthens communities through local job creation and economic growth.
Vote NTA for real transformation.
I'm Davian Bean, your National Transformation Alliance candidate for Barataria Sawo. Vote for me on April 20th. Put your X by the lighthouse. Transformation starts now. No.
Voting, we voting NTA.
Gary Griffith lead the way, like the lamp, pointed straight. It's time for a brighter day. We voting Bain for change, Bain for change. We voting Bain for change, Bain for change.
Too long, sport in Trinidad and Tobago has been an afterthought. The National Transformation Alliance sees things differently, as we believe sport builds character, instills discipline, and develops leaders. The current reality is that too many times our national athletes are left without basic support or equipment, and dreams are shattered before they begin. As an example, cabinet decisions come days before travel, leading to preparation scrambles instead of strategic planning. In addition, programs are cut after losses, leaving no continuity or long-term development for our athletes. Despite these setbacks, however, most of our athletes in their communities inspire others through dedication and performance, aided by the reality that sports teaches collaboration. Structured programs pull youth from streets, providing positive alternatives to negative influences such as a life of crime, because athletes develop mental toughness, learning to overcome setbacks and persevere. The NTA is committed to building world-class athletes and teams to ensure international success by providing comprehensive planning, which includes annual budgets for all national sporting bodies. Infrastructure development ensures modern facilities are accessible to all communities, and this in turn allows grassroots programs to make sport a talent development pipeline. Full-time qualified coaches, sport-specific specialists, and international mentorship programs provide technical expertise, which, coupled with modern equipment and gear, quality training facilities, and international exposure to opportunities are all essential elements of success. The NTA's holistic development approach includes sports psychologists, nutritionists, and medical and recovery specialists. Trinidad and Tobago has produced remarkable athletes, including Olympic gold medalists Hazley Crawford and Keyshawn Walcott, to Brian Lara and Dwight Chalk, who not only reached the pinnacle of success in cricket and football respectively, but in York's case, he helped put us in the World Cup in 2006. These legends didn't just win medals, they inspired a nation. So we know that with proper support, we'll develop the next generation of sporting heroes. Beyond the megastars, early introduction to sports and physical literacy is crucial for youth development. Strengthening physical education and inter-school competitions are essential school programs. These programs provide clear progression routes to national teams, while accessible local competitions for all ages foster community leagues and community spirit. With 100% commitment and full government support for all athletes all year round, every Trinbagonian benefits from a stronger sporting culture, which is why the National Transformation Alliance is dedicated to real sport, real preparation, and real transformation.
Vote NTA for real transformation.
I am Commander Norman Dindial, your National Transformation Alliance candidate for Chaguanas East. Vote for me on April 28th. Put your X by the lighthouse. Transformation starts now.
Voting, we voting NTA. In the National Transform Alliance, that's the party. I say, give TG a chance. He gon' make sure no one deal with the matter, because the time's real tough. And you know we not giving up. Let me see your hands up with the NTA. It's straight to the top. Go blue, we voting NTA. Go blue, NTA is the way. Go blue, Gary Griffith got the plan. Go blue, so let us save our nation. No, NT, we voting NTA. Voting, we voting NTA. Voting, we voting NTA. Voting, we voting NTA. You're good to go, you're great to go on. Can't tell no lie, you are the man. Gary, hey!
The NTA's comprehensive maritime security plan. For decades, our porous borders have created national security challenges. The NTA's strategy was originally drafted by political leader Gary Griffith, dating back to his time as Minister of National Security. This maritime wall is divided into 3 tiers. Tier 1 focuses on the shoreline up to 2 miles out, with police marine branch patrols, which were re-established under Griffith's oversight. Tier 1 involves coastal security operations, including the re-establishment of the police marine branch, constant patrols focusing on the western and southwestern peninsulas, where we have reports of trafficking in guns, drugs, other illegal contraband, and even humans. They will be supported by the deployment of interceptor vessels for rapid response. Tier 2 spans from 2 miles to 12 miles out, with medium-range vessels monitoring to achieve the highest impact. Tier 2 covers the intermediate maritime zone, with specialized medium-range vessels, enhanced surveillance for continuous monitoring, and rapid interception operations to respond to unauthorized vessel entries. Tier 3 focuses on protecting our exclusive economic zone, securing Trinidad and Tobago's maritime resources within the 12 miles to 200 mile zone, deploying large patrol vessels like the OPVs for extended operations and coordinating internationally with regional partners. Our plan integrates advanced technology, including night vision-capable drone surveillance, vessel tracking technology, rapid response capabilities, and real-time video monitoring at the National Operations Center. The Defense Force, previously dormant and limited to police support operations, will be fully reintegrated into national security operations. This coordination with naval assets ensures comprehensive coverage and enhanced border patrolling responsibilities. Our comprehensive plan combats transnational threats with the 3 security tiers: 24/7 monitoring, all aiming for 100% coverage of territorial waters, ensuring continuous surveillance of all maritime approaches. Visit www.ttnta.com to learn more about our roadmap to transformation for Trinidad and Tobago and vote NTA in defense of our nation.
Vote NTA for real transformation.
Hi, I'm Russell Chan, your National Transformation Alliance candidate for Diego Martin Central. Vote for me on April 28th. Put your X by the lighthouse. Transformation starts now.
Voting, we voting NTA. NTA, 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 NTA. Let me go blue. We voting NTA. Go blue. NTA is the way. Go blue. Gary Griffith got the plan. Go blue. So let us save our nation. No. NT, we voting NTA.
The National Transformation Alliance will have a balanced approach to energy transition by protecting our fossil fuel heritage whilst embracing renewable innovations that secure our nation's future. We will continue responsible management of our oil and gas assets, ensuring these resources remain vital to our economy while simultaneously integrating renewables, strategically focusing on solar, wind, and hybrid energy systems. Our approach prioritizes transitions that benefit both the environment and economy, whilst avoiding sudden abandonment of our energy sector. As an example, we advocate that government must lead by example. As such, all new government buildings will be designed with renewable integration, and our public buildings will showcase Trinidad and Tobago's commitment to energy innovation. All the established entities, such as schools and community centers, will be retrofitted with solar technology, lowering operational expenses for public sector energy consumption, avoiding a scenario where a $2 billion bill was racked up with taxpayers and now forced to shoulder by increased electricity rates. Educational partnerships with local universities and technical training programs will ensure a skilled workforce in solar technology and battery maintenance. Innovation incubators will support renewable energy startups and research initiatives, whilst job creation will focus on new employment opportunities in growing renewable sectors. Hybrid mini-grid solutions will serve remote communities, reducing dependence on centralized infrastructure. This decentralized energy not only reduces costs, it also reduces blackout risks, and local generation empowers communities, providing residents with control over their energy future. Our goals include a practical renewable energy target, a reduction in carbon output from government operations, and the creation of sustainable green jobs, all transparent, trackable goals monitored through regular reporting. We will identify new projects, expand initiatives such as the Brechin Castle Solar Farm, and ensure accountability through transparent metrics. Streamlined approvals and rapid implementation will cut bureaucratic delays, bringing urgency to project execution and completion. Diversified energy sources will protect our nation from market volatility, whilst renewable infrastructure strengthens our ability to withstand environmental challenges. The green economy offers new paths for growth, positioning Trinidad and Tobago as the Caribbean's renewable energy leader. The NTA will ensure Trinidad and Tobago leads this transition in defense of our nation.
Vote NTA for real transformation.
I am Salim George, your National Transformation Alliance candidate for Diego Martin Northeast. Vote for me on April 28th. Put your X by the lighthouse. Transformation starts now.
Somebody say NTA, 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 NTA. Let it go blue. We voting NTA, go blue. NTA is the way.
The NTA's youth housing policy is designed to provide a viable path to homeownership for young people. We will address the housing challenges faced by young people under the age of 35 by providing affordable, sustainable, and high-quality housing solutions using prefabricated homes. This policy aims to promote youth independence, economic stability, and community development. Priority will be given to first-time homeowners, single parents, young couples, and individuals engaged in vocational or educational development. Prefabricated modular, factory-built homes assembled on site using durable materials to withstand local terrains and weather. Highly customizable, eco-friendly, and cost-effective. These homes would be priced significantly lower than conventional housing, reducing barriers to home ownership. There will be flexible financing options, including low-interest loans, and rent-to-own options to accommodate youth with limited upfront capital. There will be the use of recycled and eco-friendly materials, reducing the environmental impact. Energy-efficient designs that can incorporate solar panels and water harvesting will also be our focus, aligned with the minimization of construction waste due to factory-built components. The ability to relocate homes in case of employment, educational opportunities will be an option, and land allocation will also be made possible, as we would identify and allocate land for youth housing projects, particularly in areas with high demand. Partnerships with private landowners to lease or purchase land at subsidized rates will also be a priority. And we would provide financial support by implementing a youth housing fund to provide no-interest loans and subsidies for solar and water harvesting. We would also partner with financial institutions to offer favorable mortgage loans for youths who may not qualify for the housing fund. We would collaborate with prefabricated home manufacturers to ensure quality and affordability. Tax incentives for companies involved in prefabricated home projects will also be made available along reduced import duties on materials and equipment for home constructions. Monitoring and evaluation will be done as we would establish a youth housing authority to oversee project implementation, ensure quality control, and address beneficiary concerns. Regular reviews of the program to assess affordability, quality, and impact on youth development will be undertaken, and we will collect feedback from participants to guide future improvements and expansions. By leveraging modern technologies and sustainable practices, it provides a viable path to homeownership for young people, fostering economic empowerment and social stability through collaborative efforts and innovative solutions.
Vote NTA for real transformation.
I am Marsha Walker, your National Transformation Alliance candidate for Digomartin West. Vote for me on April 28th. Put your X by the lighthouse. Let's shine together.
Voting, we voting NTA.
Put country first, Wednesday. Say enough is enough. We don't want the government, we don't want the opposition, we want news, yeah. Country first. And everybody loves it.
NT, we voting NTA.
Say goodbye to endless lines and bureaucratic delays. The NTA's vision is for smarter, faster, and corruption-free services powered by AI. Today, we face significant issues in government services: time wasted, excessive paperwork, corruption risks, and citizen frustration. Our AI-powered solution offers smart automation, transparent systems, and digital access, transforming government services. Citizens will benefit from time savings, remote access, enhanced security, and greater satisfaction with AI-driven services. Around the globe, AI-driven government services have shown remarkable success, improving efficiency and trust. The NTA will ensure we don't get left behind. Your vote can drive innovation, transparency, and efficiency in government services. Choose NTA for a smarter, more responsive government.
Vote NTA for real transformation.
I am Alvin Kojo, your National Transformation Alliance candidate for La Horquetta Talparo. Vote for me on April 28th. Put your X by the lighthouse. Let's shine together.
Voting, we voting NTA.
The National Transformation Alliance, if given the opportunity, would reignite the Community Comfort Patrol and make it even bigger, better, more dynamic, with higher visibility to provide a greater deterrence and to complement the other arms of the protective services to assist, secure, and provide safety and security to citizens. The Community Comfort Patrol was initially designed, drafted, and conceptualized and approved by Griffith when he was the Minister of National Security. This involved arms of the private security industry with vehicles being placed in certain areas of responsibility, oftentimes in areas, communities, and neighborhoods where there were no gated communities. This type of mobile patrol response alert assisted the police and complemented the police rapid response unit, which was operational at the time. This invaluable information being fed immediately to the National Operations Center allowed the TTPS to immediately respond. The reigniting of this community comfort patrol is going to assist greatly in making Trinidad and Tobago safer again. Visit www.ttnta.com to learn more about the NTA's roadmap to transformation, and vote NTA in defense of our nation.
Vote NTA for real transformation.
I am Errol Eversley Fabian, your National Transformation Alliance candidate for Point Fortin. Vote for me on April 28, the first name on your ballot paper. Put your X by the lighthouse and let's shine together.
Voting, we voting NTA.
The people in Point want someone with vision. The people in Point want to move beyond. So we voting for Mr. Errol Fabian.
Empowering the creative economy. NTA's media initiative. In a bold move to unleash the full potential of Trinidad and Tobago's creative sector, the National Transformation Alliance presents Media, the multimedia entertainment digital delivery initiative for the arts. This transformative policy reimagines arts and culture as not just entertainment, but a serious pillar of economic diversification and national development. At the heart of media is a powerful, innovative concept, using mobile networks as a direct pipeline to distribute local creative content to regional and global audiences. With nearly 1 million active mobile connections in Trinidad and Tobago alone, the platform offers an unprecedented opportunity to put our talent directly in the hands and pockets of consumers. How media works. National Talent Search. Media will launch a nationwide creative dragnet using social and traditional media to identify artists, musicians, filmmakers, comedians, dancers, and digital storytellers. Digital platform distribution. Partnering with B-Mobile, in which the government holds a 51% share. Media will create a revenue-generating content delivery service that showcases our creators to local and international audiences. Ad revenue model. Following proven digital strategies such as YouTube, TikTok, etc., media will be funded through advertising, with earnings shared between content creators, telecom providers, and platform administrators. Media captures millions in ad spend that would otherwise go to international platforms like Meta and Google. Regional expansion. With Caribbean-wide telecom alliances like Flow and Digicel, this model can scale to the wider region, creating export-ready digital content from Trinbagonian creatives. Social impact. By democratizing access to media exposure and income, media empowers underrepresented communities, inspires youth, and builds safer, stronger communities through positive expression. Beyond culture. Economic resilience. Remote, digital-first income sources are no longer optional. They're essential. Media gives the cultural sector a scalable business model that doesn't rely on state subsidies, creating jobs, retaining talent, and exporting national identity. This isn't just about content. It's about nation branding, youth development, foreign exchange retention, and economic diversification. Media is proof that Trinidad and Tobago doesn't lack talent. We lacked the platform. With the NTA's vision, we now have it. Vote NTA. Support innovation. Empower creatives. Transform the nation.
Vote NTA for real transformation.
Hi, my name is Gail Gonzalez Castaneda, and I am your National Transformation Alliance candidate for Port of Spain South. Vote for me on April 28th. Put the X next to my name. Let's shine together and make a difference.
Voting, we voting NTA. We voting NTA. Voting, we voting NTA. Voting, we voting NTA. We voting NTA.
School violence cannot be resolved with empty talk. This is why we at the National Transformation Alliance, the NTA, stand by a comprehensive, evidence-based strategy that was developed during Gary Griffith's tenure as Commissioner of Police. Current approaches fail because simply placing uniformed officers inside schools is neither feasible nor effective. We lack sufficient police numbers to deploy officers to every school, and superficial interventions fail to address the underlying issues causing violence. We have identified 30 high-risk schools based on violence reports and gang infiltration data. These schools have 1,000 at-risk youth who require immediate intervention and mentorship. Our strategy includes real-time information gathering in school environments through strategic intelligence, covert operations involving specially trained officers embedded within the high-risk schools, and we focus on identifying and neutralizing gang influence in schools. One of our initiatives is the Crossroads Mentorship Initiative, which pairs 1,000 trained officers with 1,000 at-risk youths across Trinidad and Tobago. These officers will provide guidance and demonstrate healthy relationships with authority figures, while regular check-ins ensure youth remain on positive paths to avoid criminal influence. Our community policing approach will be coupled with harder solutions. So when an incident occurs, the school activates a panic button or emergency protocol, triggering an alert. The nearest response unit receives GPS coordinates and arrives on scene within 3 to 5 minutes to neutralize the threat. Supporting our efforts will be our integrated technology solutions, which include CCTV surveillance at strategic locations, panic buttons linked to the National Operations Center, GPS tracking for real-time location data, and 24/7 monitoring of all connected school security systems. We must revive the plan by reinstating the comprehensive strategy previously scrapped by the current TTPS leadership, enhancing it with new technology and intelligence gathering methods, and implementing it with accountability through clear metrics for success and regular reporting to the public. Our children are our future, and we cannot continue to allow a few to negatively impact the many.
Vote NTA for real transformation.
I'm Richard Thomas, your NTA candidate for Port of Spain North, St. Anne's West. Vote for me on April 28th. Put your X by the lighthouse. Let's shine together.
Voting, we voting NTA. Voting NTA. Voting, we voting NTA. Voting, we voting NTA. Voting, we voting NTA.
The NTA will implement a new and advanced national 999 system that is a united platform for police, medical, and fire emergencies. Imagine a Trinidad and Tobago where help is never more than 5 minutes away, where one number connects you to life-saving emergency services, fast, efficient, and intelligent. That vision begins now with the transformation of our emergency response system. This isn't just a hotline, it's a lifeline, a single number, a national solution. Here's how it works. You call 999. Whether it's a crime in progress, a loved one having a serious medical issue such as a heart attack, stroke, a felon broke something, or a fire threatening your home. And immediately, the system routes your call to the appropriate emergency service, police, health, or fire. This isn't just a call center, it's a national operational command center, manned by trained specialists 24/7, backed by real-time GPS tracking of over 100 emergency vehicles, all strategically stationed across the country for rapid response. Under this system, when you report a crime, your case is automatically graded for emergency. If it's life-threatening, the nearest patrol car, tracked in real time, will be dispatched, often arriving in under 5 minutes. This was the very system that, under Barry Griffith's leadership as commissioner, revolutionized policing and crushed response times nationwide. But we are not stopping at crime. With health emergencies, your call is routed to a qualified first aid dispatcher, trained to guide you in real time, whether it's CPR, bleeding control, or stroke recognition, all while an ambulance is dispatched using GPS tracking to find the unit closest to you. This is a life-saving bridge between your emergency and professional medical care. And for fires, the same streamlined system connects your emergency to the nearest fire station instantly. No call transfers, no delay, just action. This reimagined 999 system is more than technology. It's public safety redefined, a promise that help is always near and that no one is left waiting in crisis. One nation, one number, one promise to protect and preserve every life in an emergency. The NTA, leadership that delivers solutions, not excuses.
Vote NTA for real transformation.
I am Dr. Kevin Saran, your National Transformation Alliance candidate for San Fernando West. Vote for me on April 28th. Put your X by the lighthouse. Transformation starts now.
Voting, we voting NTA.
San Fernando West wants someone with vision. San Fernando West want to move beyond. So we voting Dr. Kevin Saran. Yes, we voting Dr. Kevin Saran. We voting Saran. We voting Saran. On election day we voting Dr. Saran. Dr. Kevin Saran. He is the one. So on election day we voting Kevin Saran.
The NTA will transform outdated healthcare systems into efficient, life-saving networks because healthcare delays costs lives. Citizens face critical care postponements. Doctors have their time wasted on administration and productivity is sacrificed by long delays in waiting rooms. Our plan is for citizens to have their complete medical history at their fingertips, giving them instant access from any device. That data will be protected by the best cybersecurity. Immediate access to critical data saves lives, reduces wait times, and enhances diagnoses when a patient's complete medical history is instantly available. No longer will the system have administrative burdens, redundant tests, preventable errors, which all combine to reduce productivity, all of which plagues the current health system. This means that when we can dedicate more time to provide care and compassion for the elderly or those who may be ill, there will be less time off for appointments for working families, and there will be equal access to top medical expertise for rural communities because of access to experts and specialists via telemedicine. To be done in 4 stages. In Phase 1, we will build a secure national health data network. Phase 2 will involve connecting hospitals, clinics, pharmacies in both the private and public sectors. Phase 3 will see the building and deployment of personal health apps for all citizens. And finally, Phase 4 will see personalized AI diagnostics and preventative care alerts for citizens based on their medical history. Bringing healthcare into the 21st century. Vote the National Transformation Alliance, NTA, for a healthier, stronger Trinidad and Tobago.
Vote NTA for real transformation.
I'm Jason Rees-Roper, your candidate for the National Transformation Alliance for Sentence East. Vote for me on the 28th of April. Put your X by the lighthouse. Let's shine together.
Voting, we voting NTA. Blue, Gary Griffith got the plan. Blue, so let us save our nation. Now, NTA. You're good to go, you're great, you're gone. Tell them no lie, you are the man.
Some politicians have been in positions for far too long, and they become disconnected from voters. Because they are career politicians, they prioritize finances over constituents, creating self-serving power structures. We are convinced that the vast majority of citizens favor restrictions, craving fresh perspectives in government. Too many have lost faith in career politicians and the systems they have built. The NTA wants to break the cycle of career politicians with a maximum of 2 terms in any elected position. A government by the people, for the people, with new leaders who bring innovative solutions, reducing corruption, and restoring faith in democratic institutions. Leaders still connected to the people and who understand today's challenges. We are building a coalition for change with clear, enforceable term limit laws and we need grassroots support nationwide to get permanent protection from career politicians. So make sure your voice is heard in the next election and back representatives like the NTA who are committed to term limits. Vote NTA.
Vote NTA for real transformation.
I'm Dr. Vera Duki Ramlal, your NTA candidate for St. Augustine. Come Monday, 28th April, vote for Dr. Vera Duki Ramlal. Look for the lighthouse symbol and be the light.
Voting, we voting NTA. NTA is the way. Go blue. Gary Griffith got the plan. Go blue. So let us save our nation. No. NT, we voting NTA. Voting, we voting NTA.
The NTA believes our local businesses deserve global success. Together, we can turn Made in Trinidad and Tobago into a worldwide phenomenon. Foreign competitors are flooding our shelves, making it challenging for local businesses to compete. This leads to less jobs and revenue flowing overseas, impacting our economy and our social fabric. Dependence upon foreign nations threatens our national security, causes job losses, and leads to community collapse when factories close. The NTA proposes export subsidies to cut shipping costs, trade partnerships to open new markets, and quality certification to establish a global brand. New jobs will keep manufacturing positions at home, leading to GDP growth, increased exports, and revitalized communities across the nation. Our vision includes products made with pride, shipped globally, reinvestment in local businesses, and economic growth that benefits our communities. Your vote matters. Choose local prosperity. With NTA's implementation, export subsidies will begin immediately, helping your business to move from local to global and reclaiming our economic strength. Vote NTA. Visit www.ttnta.com.
Vote NTA for real transformation.
I am Christine Nuwalo Hossain, your National Transformation Alliance candidate for Toho Sandy Grande. Vote for me on April the 28th. Put your X by the lighthouse. Transformation starts now.
Voting, we voting NTA. With the NTA, it's straight to the top. We voting NTA. Go blue. NTA is the way. Go blue. Gary Griffith got the plan. Go blue. So let us save our nation. No. NT, we voting NTA. Voting, we voting NTA.
In a country blessed with rich resources, it is very unfortunate that we have such a high poverty rate, which has only grown considerably in the last few years. Even more frustrating is the inefficient methods being used to service those seeking government assistance, where delays could occur. For example, if the caseworker assigned to a customer is absent, goes on vacation, or on maternity leave. The NTA will introduce a digital biometric system which will transform the way people access assistance, where applicants can be quickly registered and assessed for the right grants. And once in the system, no employee could deny or even delay service to you, our customers. A seamless process, the biometric system will put you first, as it should always be. Support the NTA in the upcoming elections for real transformation.
Vote NTA for real transformation.
I am Savita Pay, your National Transformation Alliance candidate for Tunapuna. Vote for me on April the 28th. Put your X by the lighthouse. Transformation starts now.
Voting, we voting NTA.
Puna lech we rise and ride. A new dawn blazing fire in we stride. NTA on the ground, moving strong and fast with Savita the phoenix who done with the past. She rise from the ashes, glowing bright. She bringing hope, she bringing light. Code blue blazing, clear and true. So Puna, NTA coming through. Oh, there we go, Savita lighting the road.
In every role he's held, military officer in the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, National Security Advisor, Minister of National Security, Commissioner of Police, Gary Griffith has been the one constant force standing with and standing for our protective services. It was Gary Griffith who, as National Security Advisor, did the research, acquired the data, drafted the plan, and provided a recommendation that gave every member of the Defense Force, every police officer, every firefighter, prison officer, and immigration officer an additional $1,000 in their monthly paycheck. That wasn't a promise, it was a done deal, a direct result of his leadership, his vision, and his bold reallocation of resources from waste to where it matters. After SORT, SAUTT was shut down, he rechanneled $20 million a month, not into bureaucracy, but into the pockets of those who protect and serve. It was Gary Griffith who sent the cabinet note to ensure that any protective services member killed in the line of duty would have their family receive $1 million in honor and gratitude. It was under his watch, his technology upgrades, his training standards, that not a single police officer lost their life in the line of duty during his 3 years as commissioner. He even ensured their sacrifice was never forgotten. Our officers stronger and ensure that those who serve are finally served with dignity, respect, and support. Gary Griffith, proven, prepared, protected.
Vote NTA for real transformation.
Roadmap for National Transformation. The National Transformation Alliance presents a bold roadmap for Trinidad and Tobago's future. This integrated national strategic plan brings together security, economic growth, infrastructure, and governance into one unified vision, built for progress, built for people. Who is the NTA? Our vision is simple: a just, secure, and prosperous Trinidad and Tobago. Our mission? To transform governments, diversify the economy, reform education, empower communities, and lead with ethics and transparency. We promise leadership you can trust, a nation where opportunity and justice are one for all. Beyond a manifesto. We go beyond political manifestos. This is not about 5-year promises. It's a long-term blueprint, constantly evolving to meet national needs. Transformation is not a slogan. It's a shift in how we lead, plan, and serve. Our transformation strategies. We've identified 8 critical pillars, from education and strong institutions to safety, digitalization, economic growth, and effective planning. Each strategy supports the other, building a strong, stable, and future-ready Trinidad and Tobago. People and society development. We are investing in people. That means education reform, youth entrepreneurship, community-based development, and strong family support systems. Our society thrives when our families, youth, and communities are equipped to lead. Safety and security. Your safety is our highest priority. We'll modernize law enforcement, reform our courts, and protect communities with data-driven strategies, youth intervention, and stronger border and cybersecurity. Everyone deserves to feel safe, at home, at work, and on the streets. Economic transformation. We'll drive economic growth through innovation, SME development, and a just transition to renewable energy. Our focus includes trade, tourism, agriculture, and the green, blue, and orange economies, creating jobs and resilience for tomorrow. A call to action. The time for talk is over. The NTA is a call to action, a new vision, a united effort, and a better tomorrow. Together, Let's build a Trinidad and Tobago that is secure, respected, and thriving. Don't be fooled, folks. When examined by an unbiased source, the NTA's roadmap to transformation came out on top. Most strategic national vision, most cohesive and integrated policy framework, strongest implementation plan with KPIs and public accountability, clear commitment to inclusion and equity, smart use of evidence and stakeholder consultation. What makes this even more remarkable is that the NTA is just 3 years old.
As you know, this is a break in protocol because after the political leader speaks, that's the end of it. So thank you for inviting me here. Not that I wanted to do this, but I am here by the grace of God. And if you believe that, say amen. Let's just do that once again. I am not going to get rowdy. I told him, do not put me in front of a mic. Because I said I don't want to do this, but I am here by the grace of God. If you believe that, let me hear you say amen. I want to take this opportunity to sincerely thank every single person in Trinidad and Tobago for the incredible outpouring of love and support that we've all received during this very challenging period. I mean, I know during the campaign you would have seen Gary going through it and appearing normal. It's not a normal experience at all. And the reason why he can speak so passionately about the issues pertaining to primary, secondary, and tertiary healthcare is because we live it, we know it, we have to figure it out, and we're going through it. But by the grace of God, we go through it with our head held high and a smile on our face and your support. And that's how we're able to do it each time, every time. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for that, because without you, and when I speak to you, thank you, love you. When I say you, I mean the collective you. All of you in Trinidad and Tobago. And sometimes we forget how wonderful we are as a people. Sometimes we forget how wonderful we are as a people and who we really are. Sometimes we remember it when it's carnival time, or when it's Borrow Day down in Point Fortin, or when it's something else where we all come together and there's a lime and a party and a drama. But in times like this, in times of what we are managing now, where you get the outpouring from persons who may not know you from paint on the wall, but they're walking up to you and they're hugging you and they're praying for you and they want to kiss you and they want to wish you the best. That is when we remember who we are, because the DNA of who we are as Trinbagonians is a DNA that cannot be broken. We are a special people, and our DNA demonstrates that the way we treat each other is inbred within our society. And the reason why I want to raise that is because during the political experiences, sometimes we tend to forget how special and how wonderful we are. Sometimes we tend to be divided by colors, and divided by borders, and divided by letters, and divided by all sorts of foolishness. But I want to remind you that come on the evening at 6 p.m. on April the 28th, we become one people yet again. This morning I sent a message to the candidates, and in that message, and it was just to build them up, because I will tell you, we have been doing this by spinning gold from straw. We do not have the resources of other political entities. We don't. But what we lack in resources, we have made up with audacity. What we lack in gold, we have made up with our minds. What we lack in money, we have made up with creativity and innovation. And toward that end, I would like to call Tim. Come, Tim. Marcus. Where's Marcus? Marcus. Where is Lorraine? One of our deputy minority political leaders, Lorraine Pouchette and Tashona Griffith Bain. Those are the people. They are the engine room of what made this happen. 4 or 5 people. That's it. The engine room of what made this happen. Vindra. Where's Vindra? Vindra. How could I forget Vindra? The engine room of what made this possible. Without these persons, this would not have been possible. And they do it not because we could give them the remuneration to do it. The things that we have asked of and from them 24 hours a day, sometimes 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, we get an idea, we call Tim, he makes it happen. You cannot buy that dedication. You cannot buy that from anybody. And that is what makes this organization special. And that is what makes us special as Trinbagonians. Because at the end of it all, I don't care what color you wear, what party you use, what anything. I care about us as Trinbagonians because I felt the love from everybody. And I want this to continue after April the 28th. I want to call up on stage all of our candidates. Where are our candidates? Please come on stage. Oh God, DJ, well, I can hype it up a little bit now.
You know, it's all about NTA. Here we go. Somebody say NTA, 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 NTA,
Ladies and gentlemen, we have here 17 candidates, and these 17 candidates are representatives of the Davids moving forward in this upcoming election on Monday the 28th of April. They will be your Davids going against the Goliath on either side, and I want you to make sure that you go out there and that you support each and every one of these Davids, because they are not going with much. They are going with audacity. They are going with drive. They are going with hope. They are going with faith. And ladies and gentlemen, come Monday, the 28th of April, these Davids will do what must be done against the Goliath. So with that, I would like to thank all of you. I would like to recognize and not only support our Davids, but I want to recognize and say a special thank you to every single candidate from every political party. Because let me tell you, offering yourself in service is not an easy task. So every candidate, on behalf of the National Transformation Alliance, we say thank you. We wish you all the very best. And to Trinidad and Tobago, remember, come 6 p.m. on the 28th of April, we are one Trinidad and Tobago. I love you. Thank you.
Yeah, baby. You know, it's all about NTA. Here we go. Somebody say NTA, 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 NTA. Let it go blue. We vote in NTA. Go blue. NTA is the way. Go blue. Gary Griffith got the plan. Go blue. So let us save our nation. No. NT, we vote in NTA. Voting, we vote in NTA. Voting, we vote in NTA. Voting, we vote in NTA. Listen, we living in fear. Criminals everywhere. Robbery, shooting, murder, squeeze, them criminals have no fear. When Gary was on top, watch all the crime rate drop. Out rolling like a clown, gonna chat his reappointment down. Oh Lord, Gary Griffith wanna serve, give the country what they deserve. You know he does Skylock, hit the PNM straight out of the car. Go blue, we vote in NTA. Go blue, NTA is the way. Go blue, Gary Griffith got the plan. Go blue, so let us save our nation. No, NT, we vote in NTA. Voting, we vote in NTA. Voting, we vote in NTA. Voting, we vote in NTA. Say we want better for TNT. We want good governance, not fantasy. NTA. In the National Transform Alliance, that's the party. I say, give TG a chance. He gon' make sure no one deal with the matter, because the time's real tough. And you know we not giving up. Let me see your hands up with the NTA straight to the top. Blue. go, you great, you go on. Can't tell no lie, you are the man. Carry.